We've been hearing these anecdotal stories from across the country about some very lucky people who were not scheduled to get the vaccine, but they happened to be, say, hanging around a pharmacy at the end of the day when the pharmacist had some extra doses that were set to expire. So they were asked, hey, you want to get vaccinated? The most remarkable story we've heard along those lines happened along a snowy highway in rural southwest Oregon 2 days ago. Staff and volunteers from the Josephine County Public Health Department had been vaccinating Oregonians at a high school that day, but there was a big winter storm coming, and so they were forced to close the clinic early and get on the road. Healthcare workers started heading back to their headquarters in the city of Grants Pass to administer the remaining doses, but the storm had moved in and a tractor trailer jackknifed ahead of them, and they ended up stranded on the highway with a bunch of other cars. And they still had in their possession 6 more doses of the Moderna vaccine. Those precious doses were going to expire in that car, and the health workers were stranded. But they were not going to let the doses go to waste. Here to tell us what happened next are 2 of the healthcare workers who were on that snowy highway. Leah Swanson, the Josephine County Public Health Emergency Preparedness Coordinator, and Michael Weber, the Josephine County Director of Public Health. First of all, great work, you guys. It's great to have you on the program. Leah, maybe you could just tell us, you're in the car and you're stuck. What do you guys start talking about and thinking through?
Well, we'd been stuck about 40 minutes, and Mike called me and said, I think we're just going to have to start administering those leftover doses. We had 6 of them left, so let's just start walking up and down and asking cars if people are interested in getting a vaccine.
Mike, did you have when I was reading this story, which sort of like, it was like an anxiety dream of a thing I'd never even thought to have an anxiety dream about. But when I was reading it, I was thinking to myself, like, is there a clock ticking in the back of your head when you're driving with a bunch of, unused vaccine doses?
Oh, absolutely. We had somewhere between 3 and 4 hours at that point, and we were being told the wait time was likely going to be at least 2 hours. And then we still had to drive down through winter weather, and it was just cutting it too close. So the decision, honestly, was pretty obvious for all of us.
Okay, so then you're like, we got to use. You got 6 doses. Mike, you start knocking on windows of other cars that are stranded behind this jackknife tractor trailer. Is that right?
Before that, it wasn't just us, right? There were the 5 public health staff that you see there. But all told, there was about 20 people from the vaccine clinic that were stuck on that mountain with us, including physicians. We had an AMR ambulance parked with us that was stocked to support our clinic needs. So it wasn't completely unsupported. So I did go to the physician and say, hey, can I get you to sign off from a safety perspective? Are you comfortable with this? And he said, with what we have on hand, absolutely.
I guess that explains part of the mystery to me, which is, Leah, I just imagine, like, if someone came up to my car with a syringe and was like, yo, you want a shot? You want a vaccine shot? I would maybe I'm just too much of a New Yorker, but I'd be like, is this a scam I've never encountered before? How did people react?
Yeah, we were really surprised. Only one person that we vaccinated asked for ID, and they got a picture of the ID with Dr. Candelaria holding the ID. Otherwise, people didn't question us. They were like, okay, this is County Public Health, and they're going to give me a vaccine. It was pretty encouraging.
So people, what was the pitch? What were you saying to them?
Well, we were trying to explain that we've been at the mass vaccination event at the Illinois Valley High School, and that we just had a few vaccines left over. And since we were all stuck, we were giving them out, and we were hoping that they might be interested in taking one. And some people were so excited, both spectrums. And some people were like, no, go to the next car. I'm not interested.
So, Mike, there were people that, after I think I would get over my initial skepticism that it was some sort of scam, I think I would feel like I won the lottery. Were there people who were just like, whoa, today's my lucky day?
Oh, yeah. One of our favorite stories was a gentleman who, the person that was in the car with him had already been vaccinated, and he had just accepted that he wasn't going to be anytime soon. He was months away. And at first he was asking me, are you serious? Are you kidding me? Is this a joke? And it took me a while to convince him that we were actually serious and we had a shot waiting for him. And he started doing a happy dance in the seat of his car. And when Dr. Candelaria walked up to help him fill out the paperwork, he took his shirt off and jumped out of the car shirtless in the snowstorm, waiting for the needle. He was so excited.
Literally put it in my veins. So, this is a bureaucratic question, an important one, Leah. There was paperwork, right? Like this. My first thought, also when I was reading the story, was like, are they going to track these people? Are they going to be able to get a second shot? You guys had some paperwork for them?
Yeah, it was very fortuitous that of all of the cars that we had stranded there together, we had the exact supplies we needed to be administering the vaccine, including all of the needed paperwork. So people were able to fill it out. Our doctor was able to review it. We are going to have to send them their CDC vaccination cards afterwards, but we were able to enter their information in the system. We had everything we needed.
So you know where these people are, you know who they are, you can send them the vaccination cards, and then you can make sure that they get another shot.
Yes, absolutely. Yep, we collected all of their information.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.